Oh, hey there. Poppin' guys. My name is John Barker and I am the award-winning pitmaster at Beach Bum Barbecue and the executive chef right here at Skull and Mortar. And today, we are gonna continue our journey on Super Bowl game day snacks, and we are gonna take smoked queso to the next level. I don't know about you guys, but in my house, I always have my smoker rolling and I'm always cooking pork butt. So I always have a ton of extra pulled pork laying around. So instead of doing the typical chorizo or beef, we're gonna use pulled pork in our queso. So now, while we're prepping our pork, I wanna get different shapes, sizes, and textures of that pork. So we're not gonna leave it all pulled. Some of it we're gonna chop up so that we get different textures and different flavors throughout. So when chopping your pork, you wanna make sure that you don't leave big giant chunks. You wanna get a pretty fine chop on it. You can chop up your own tomatoes if you want to, but I would advise against it because these Rotel tomatoes are already diced, they're already soaking in peppers, so they got that extra flavor. It just makes way more sense to pop this bad boy open and dump it in the pan. You don't need to drain these, just let the juice stay in the pan. We are gonna use some fresh vegetables, as you can see. Now you can use a pickled jalapeno, it doesn't really matter all that much. I like the crisp, fresh bite of a fresh jalapeno. So I'm gonna finely dice these and we're gonna throw those in the mix as well. If you like the flavor of a jalapeno but you're not super into spicy, take the seeds out. I like spicy, I'm gonna leave my seeds in. Now we're gonna add a little bit of sweetness. So we're gonna throw a red bell pepper in there. I want mine to be extra spicy, so I'm gonna toss a little more habanero in the mix here. Just two, nothing too crazy. Now let's talk about cheese a little bit. First off, we're gonna throw some Philadelphia cream cheese in there. Don't skimp on the cream cheese because the off-brands are really not as good. The Philadelphia cream cheese is gonna add a thickness and a richness to the cheese, which is gonna be primo when you're dipping that chip. You know what I'm saying? Now I know Terry's out there watching, and he's definitely gonna leave some negative comment somewhere, and that's fine, Terry, but we're gonna use Velveeta Queso Blanco. Now we're just gonna cube this cheese up. Now you can get a more traditional Mexican cheese, you can use any kind of cheese you want really, but it's not gonna be as creamy as Velveeta. You can say what you want to about processed cheese, but this Velveeta is gonna make creamy, delicious queso. Now typically this is where most pitmasters would call it a day, but not us, we have one more step. We have our Skull and Mortar barbecue rub. You can't put all of that effort into making a bomb-ass queso and then come with some packaged chips. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna step it up a little bit. We're gonna make our own chips. And typically, I would make my own tortillas, but I'm on a bit of a time crunch today, so we are gonna do these with prepackaged ones. If you wanna know how to make your own tortillas, I got a video for that, and it'll be in the description below. All right guys, we had it in the smoker for about an hour at 350 degrees, and as you can see, our queso is done. It's thick, it's delicious. This is exactly how I like my queso. If you want yours a little thinner, add some milk to it, some chicken broth. That all should be fine. We want to add just a little touch of freshness. So we're going to throw some cilantro on top of there, and we're going to hit it with just a little bit of lime zest. Guys, it looks delicious. I'm stoked. We got our custom chips here, our homemade chips. Let's get a bite of that. Look at that. Look at all that pork in there. Looks great. Guys, I think we did it. I think we made the best queso ever made. It has everything. It has awesome colors. It has great textures. It has delicious meat. It has sweetness. It has spice. Speaking of spice, let's go all out. I couldn't be happier, man. This queso is perfect. I hope you guys make it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm just gonna keep talking with my mouth full. But if you like this recipe, If you found it insightful, if there's something in here that you can use, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, leave a comment below, let us know how it worked for you, what your experience was, and let us know what you want to see on the channel. We'll see you next week with a brand new video. You gotta try this, it's so good, man.